Global Education Leaders Programme was created in September 2009, and it brings together in this first year school system leaders from 4 jurisdictions to work together for 12 months. They're working on Education 3.0, 21st century learning in action. And the question they're trying to solve is, how do you implement it? How do you execute this complex set of ideas in a real-world school system? Unless systems start to come to terms with the skills that young people will need for an immensely challenging 21st century, then we will fail the next generation. And we see Education 3.0 as the roadmap by which today's education institutions take us all forward into the learning society. And Cisco has come together with a small number of partners in a consortium in order to drive that process.
The programme is a unique mixture of a leadership development programme, a consultancy support for transformational change programme, and the building of a global social movement. We've got these 4 elements: coaching, consultancy, the Gelp space, and the events themselves. The combination of those 4 elements, I think, is what gives Gelp its power.
Each person who comes into this space has a knowledge and an understanding that needs to be shared with others. And we use the opportunity to support each other, to challenge each other, and to be clear about the fact that these times together are crucial.
One of the values of the Gelp programme is that there are different ideas, there are conflicting views, there are strategies that are being employed in one jurisdiction that are not the same as strategies in another jurisdiction, and I think that's where some of the creative tension and stimulus comes from.
These are complex problems. There aren't one-size-fits-all solutions. There aren't silver bullets in education to get us to the point of transformation that we're looking for. And I think that it says primarily that leadership is about learning. It's about inquiry, it's about reflection and critical thinking. So how do we support and scaffold learners at every level of the system to be able to lead in that way?
For me, the process is helping a group of leaders think about what are the activities that you should be doing together. What are the things that if you engaged with them and put them on the table together, you could create more coordinated action, you could build capacity in the system by involving more people. The other role that I think is very important for those of us who are consultants in the Gelp process is to introduce groups to frameworks and perspectives about how to lead change or how to lead innovation or how to make transformation happen that have been developed, tested, refined elsewhere, so that they're not reinventing the wheel.
Keeping the momentum going and the focus in between the key events means that you need some facilitation, and the consultants do that very effectively.
System leaders have had an opportunity to work very closely with a coach, and that coach is providing us with materials, is providing us with that sounding board where we're questioning our leadership. And where do we need to be focusing more energy in order to be able to bring about the changes that we want to make?
I also think the Gelp space, which I know is a work in progress, is an area to try and get that online community feel.
At this point in time, we've just been spending an intensive 3 months in recruiting Cohort 2. Already people are talking about Cohort 3. It's not an ordinary leadership program, because in the end the question is, are you committed to carrying this work on? Will you be in this now for the longer haul? And will you actually help to induct the next cohort of Global Education Leaders Program participants? It's a way of taking the commitment we have in our respective jurisdictions to educational change and accelerating that with the promise of genuine transformation.